Hi, this is Joyce, and this is flipped video number 2 in the series of Home-Based Help for Teachers videos. This particular one is going to focus on accessing, finding, and saving resources on Home-Base, and I've titled this A Strong Batting Order. So let's get started. Alright, first thing to do is to get onto Home-Base. You can either type in the web address, the URL, currituck.powerschool.com/teachers/pw.html, or you can go to the icon that's located on your desktop on your teacher computer. You will have to type in that 10-digit number, that UID, and create a password. Once you tell Home-Base to save it, then you don't have to type it again, and you just click on sign in. So if you will please sign in. What you'll find is the dashboard for Home-Base. This lists all the things that you can find on Home-Base. My dashboard is going to look a little bit different on this right section here because I am not assigned any classes. So I don't have the option of lunch count and attendance and other student data, things like that. But the left side of my dashboard should look just like yours. These are all the items that you can find in Home-Base. We're going to focus on the instructional improvement section, which is SchoolNet. So if you go to the second from the bottom and click on SchoolNet. Home-Base is thinking, and here's the page. It will welcome you, and there's this big blue toolbar at the top. This is the second of 3 major parts of the Home-Base umbrella. Called the Instructional Improvement System, the IIS. And here is where you're going to find the ability to access the information, the materials, the resources in Home-Base. This first little icon here in the toolbar is a little red schoolhouse. This acts as a home button. So anytime that you get too far out into Home-Base and you want to come back and start all over again, or if you want to adjust what you're looking for, you can do that by clicking on the red schoolhouse, and it will take you back to this page. There are 3 other tabs, and as I hover the cursor over top, you can see that little toolbars drop down for each of these. School and district data has to do with student information, so this might include your student demographic as well as some test information. Classrooms has student performance information as well as a digital lesson planner and instructional materials. This is where we're going to focus today on our video. And the third tab, real quick, assessment admin. This all has to do with test items and tests, either creating or finding ones that are already on Home-Base. So let's access some materials on Home-Base. Hover your cursor over top of the Classrooms tab, and then hover your cursor over Instructional Materials and click on Instructional Materials, please. Here's the window. This is where you are going to basically click on the criteria, the parameters that you want Home-Base to use in order to find instructional materials that are fitting your needs. So you would basically click on all these little drop downs and assign the particular information you're looking for. For example, choose your subject. All the information that I tagged into Home-Base was science related, so I'm going to click on Science. And then there is a little blue OK button on the bottom right hand corner. Click on that. Select your grade level. Well, I'll choose 2nd grade. And OK it again. Okay, what are you looking for? Are you looking for materials, standards, curriculum, or courses? Most often you'll be choosing materials. Keywords. Those are words that you might use to start your search. In 2nd grade science, maybe I want to search on weather, we'll say. I start typing the word weather. Other keywords start popping up in a little drop down below. So there's weather. I can click on it and then click on the word search, and Home-Base will search its repository of materials that fit my particular needs. And I'm letting Home-Base finish its thinking. There you go. There are 3 or 4 different areas I want to highlight to you. One is this left side. If you want to make a more advanced search, or if you want to change the parameters of your search, this is where you would do it. You can click on particular kinds of materials the audience that you intend for your instruction to be applied for. If you want to change subject areas, you click on more subjects and it gives you those. If you want to change grade level, if you want to focus on a particular publisher of materials or the institution where these materials come from, most likely everything's going to come from our state repository. So that's the advanced search window. Then next to that, you'll see these little pinkish looking circles. Some of them are blue. And there are 2 pages of resources, so let me click to the second to show you also another color, or green. These little circles have to do with the kind of resource it is. R stands for resource, IU stands for instructional unit, LP stands for lesson plan. Okay, so let me get back to the first page. And what you're seeing now are the blue highlighted areas. These, next to the little circles, these are your titles of your resource. Preview means just that, if you want to learn a little bit more about it. If you look over on the right side, you have a save and a schedule button, and then also a way to get to the next page. So I'm looking through as a teacher, looking for resources that might connect to my needs and my instruction. So I just go through the list, look to see what I'm finding. And I see Project Groundhog. That looks kind of interesting, but I'm only given 2 lines of text, and they're not even complete sentences. So if you want to find more information about it, a couple ways to do it. You can click on the title, or you can click on preview. Either way, it will lead you to this particular page that gives you more bibliographic information about Project Groundhog. This is the description, subject area, grade level, publishing information. If you want to know more about DPI information, gives you copyright identifications as well as where this information came from. It's free to the public. It came from the DPI. These ladies here are program specialists that are assigned for different subject areas. They're the ladies that follow it behind folks like me when I was tagging things in. I actually tagged Project Groundhog. I found and tagged it, and you won't see my name here though because I was not hired by DPI. So these ladies follow it behind me, make sure I'm doing it right, and that's why their names are here. There is also an area for you to access the actual Project Groundhog site, as well as the standards that are aligned. Everything in Homebase has been aligned by standards, either the Common Core or the North Carolina Essential Standards. So you can find out exactly what you want and know in your heart that these are all aligned to standards. If you want to learn a little bit more about it, go to the actual site. So you just click on the blue web address and it'll take you straight to the Project Groundhog website where you can look at all the different details and information at your leisure. If you want to go back to the top, click on the X on the tab and it'll take you back to your resource information. Say for example you're looking for particular materials on a particular standard. You can do that as well. These are all connected and linked to different information parts of Homebase. And I'll just do one right here. Here's 5.E.1.1. Has to do with seasonal changes in weather conditions. If you click on that, you're going to see a chart that will list that particular standard and then how many resources are found about that standard and the kinds of resources that are there. So again, if you're really specifically looking for something in particular, this might help you again. There's a couple ways to go back. Like I said, you can go to the red schoolhouse. That will take you completely back to the very beginning, or look for these little tabs at the bottom or the top of the page called back to previous page. You click on it and it will take you back. Here's the back to previous page at the top. It will take you back to your information. So say for example you really like Project Groundhog. Well, you can save it on Homebase 2 ways. You can either save it with your resource information page right here. You click on save where the heart is. Homebase will save it. There it is, saving your resource for you. And it's been saved. You can also, I'm going to go back to the previous page where all the materials were listed. And let Homebase finish thinking. Okay. Or you can save it on this page too. Look for the heart with the save. So say for example you saved that Project Groundhog, you're looking for anything else that might have to do with that. Keeping a daily weather log, that kind of connects too. Maybe in your search you find, ooh, that's pretty good, I want to save it. You can also save it right here too. Click on save and your materials have been saved. Now you're not going to see a list on this page at all of the materials you've been saving, but if you go up to the top on the right side, you're going to see something called Go to My Materials. If you click on that, there are the materials that you saved on Homebase. And they're there until you take them off. Remove is where you take them off. There's also a place for you to schedule. This is with your lesson planner, and I do have a lesson scheduled to share with you about how to use the lesson planner. So that will be in a future video. So say you are finished with your search, you need to get out of Homebase and move on with your instruction in your day. You simply come up to sign out, and you've signed out of PowerSchool. Your materials are still saved in Homebase, and you can access those materials anywhere where you can access the internet. So thank you so much. I appreciate all of your help and your understanding when it comes to finding, accessing, and saving a resource on Homebase. I look forward to meeting with you in the future and working with you on this. So take care. Come armed with any questions, any concerns, any comments. Write them down on a Post-it and bring them when we meet for our get-together. Take care. Bye.